Yo, Everyday Superpower, the place where we learn about body language, game, human communication, effective communication, biology, psychology, everything in between, yeah? Today, I'm gonna tell you about this. I'm gonna make a statement, and that will be they will put themselves in your orbit, but they will expect and need you to be the aggressor. What do I mean by that? I mean, it's a myth that the man has to engage with the woman first and foremost, yeah? That's not the case. That's not the case. The man does not open up to the woman generally if he wants to be successful. What will happen is that woman will make herself exist in that man's world. You tell me how. Consciously, subconsciously, you tell me. Yeah? Because I think there's a mix of both and it can happen in both ways. So that woman will become apparent in that man's world. Now let's have some examples. That woman will walk down the street towards the man. Now whether this is a regular thing like walking to work or this is a one-time thing, she might catch a glimpse of that man in his eye as she's walking by. The woman doesn't need to do that. She's got a broad peripheral vision. She can see that man without looking at that man or making it aware or clear that she's looking at that man. But the fact that you've caught her doing so and she's seen you seeing her, that's her putting herself in your orbit. She's not going to stop and start talking to you. That's for you to do. You're at the gym. Yeah? You find herself around your space. Not personal space. Well, sometimes maybe if she's having to just come beside you to pick up some dumbbells and this and that, she could wait for you to do what you had to do or go elsewhere or this, that and the third. If she felt uncomfortable and repulsed, she wouldn't be there in your space, but she exists there in your space by choice. Her survival mechanism has assessed the risk of you and the area around you, and she has fought against it to be present with you because she feels like it is a good choice to make first and foremost, but a good risk to take. She's not going to go out of her way to start speaking to you. She's not going to pursue you from that point. She has made it clear. And if you have had to question it, has she done that on purpose? She might not be consciously aware, but biologically speaking, she has shown security in your space, and that's why she's there. Because if she felt like you were some sort of heavy predator, or someone weird, or someone who just stunk, or someone who she didn't want being in her area, she's not going to come close. There's attraction and repulsion. Keep that in mind. Attraction and repulsion is incredibly important, and it's a great way to have outlook in our communications. Social media, dating apps. She might find herself present one way or another. She might view your stories. She knows that you can see her viewing your story, but why does she never respond? Why does she never respond to the story? Why does she never message me outright? Bro, it's up for you to decide. And the thing is, you can be wrong, or you might not get too much of a response by engaging with that woman at the gym, on the street, sending her a message when she views your story. You might not get a very fruitful response and establish a fruitful relationship because she might just be testing the waters, see where she stands. How beautiful am I? Is he going to respond to me? Who cares? That's the risk you have to be willing to take as a man, yeah? And as you fall on your face and not get a reaction and, you know, get parred off and all this, that and the third, it'll only develop you and your instinct and your calibration in this dating field and market. That's one of the unfortunate realities in this, that when you do actually pursue that woman and aggress, so to speak, for lack of better term, that might show too much interest and she might be turned off from that point. So your lack of engagement with her ever is going to keep her consistently engaged with you and perceiving you as somebody who is highly valuable because you don't give any of that attention back. But the moment you do react to that communication and meet her halfway, she's just like, alright, I've got what I wanted, and never speaks to you ever again. That's effed up, isn't it? It's not right. It's not right. I hate it. I hate the nature of man and woman in collaboration. I wish we worked so much more easier, but you win some, you lose some, and that's the whole point. And the thing is, you're better off not wasting your time and getting an answer, even if it is a negative one, and then just moving on with your life and finding someone who does care and who will stop to talk. Yes? So, women will put themselves in your orbit. Yes? When you're waiting for the bus, when you're waiting for the train, when you're waiting for any sort of transport, when you're in a crowd of people watching a football game or watching live music, she knows who's around her, but she's there with you. And then this is the magical thing, right? Whilst that one woman stands there, other women will see that you're not a threat and that other women are there with you. So more women over time will start to congregate, such as when you're stuck in the city centre and one person looks towards the sky. How long is it until somebody thinks, what are they looking at? And then they start to look. And then it develops a crowd of people who are all sharing their attention and concentrating in the same space because that's where the energy is flowing. So if the feminine energy is flowing towards you, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy that more feminine energy is going to flow towards you. Yes? Pre-selection. So I'll finish off by just restating this statement. Women will enter your orbit, but will expect you to be the aggressor. Yes? Most men feel like it's them who make the first move. That's not the case. If you make it the first move, you're very rightfully going to get a cold response for the majority of the time. That woman is going to put herself in a vulnerable space for your engagement. You're going to be convinced that you made the first move. No. She made 5% of that first move. You just added that 95% and created actual connection. That's some game. I'm uploading every day for the next while, so click like, click subscribe, keep in touch. 2 links down in the description. One will take you to the catalogue of body language, which is where you'll learn how to read people from A to B. It's a YouTube playlist. It's free, of course. Second is the Patreon. I'm signing out.